welcome back to Storas and Nine, and after that thrilling men's singles, we turn our attention to mixed doubles. And it features the home pair of Rivaldy and Mentari up against the pair who were in the final last week in Singapore, young Po-Hsuan and Fang. Well, this the draw, and as you can see, it's the bottom quarter of the draw, and already through in this section is Kaneko and Matsutomo, who came through against the married couple from Singapore. So here come the Indonesians, their former world junior champions, Rivaldy and Mentari.
Chinese TPE.
Well, this will be a very first meeting between these two pairs, as we see a pair that caused quite a stir last week at the Singapore Open. Only making their second consecutive appearance here at the Indonesian Open. Last year they lost in the first round to Christiansen and Boya. Well, no doubt where the fans will have their support, and of course it will be with the home pair.
You choose.
So that
red
just confirms
or black?
what I told you a moment ago.
Red for you.
Umpire for this
You
one,
want the toss? You want to serve?
Setiawan Mahadu from Mauritius. Toss of the coin.
Which end? No side. Okay, thank you.
And I believe that the Indonesians chose to receive, and they may have chosen to serve, but certainly the pair from Chinese Taipei had the choice of ends. So this is a first round match, as all matches are today. 2 days of first round matches at the Indonesia Open, Tuesday and Wednesday. Well, as you can see, this is Rivaldy. He's 24 years of age, from Bekasi on the eastern border of Jakarta, which is where we are at the moment. His partner, Peter Aningtias Mentari, will turn 25 next month. They have been as high as number 9 on the world ranking, 9 weeks across 2 different spells, but currently at 15. In fact, they went down 1 place on the world ranking. That was published yesterday. So to young Po-Hsuan, he's 27 years of age, from Tainan, which is one of the oldest cities on the island. And as we suspected last week when we commentated on, their previous highest ranking had been 27, and we thought that in all probability, after reaching the final in Singapore, they'd go up to a new career high. They've done that at 24. Well, Fang is 26 years of age, and the first thing I want to do is wish her a belated happy birthday, because she turned 26 yesterday. She's from Po-Hsuan, as you saw, our umpire that I was telling you about a moment ago, from Mauritius, and the service judge, Cynthia Tam, from Australia. So, for the pair from Chinese Taipei, last week was the first ever final for them as a combination.
Ready to play.
Whereas Rivaldy and Mentari have been in 8 career finals, winning 3 titles. And one of those titles was earlier this year. That was the Spain Masters, but they also reached the final in Orleans, and the Malaysia Masters well, was that 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago? I suppose 3.5 weeks ago, when finals day.
the Malaysia Masters?
Yeah,
Two
two
and a half weeks.
2.5 weeks ago. Won the World Junior Championships on home soil, did Rivaldy in Mentari. In Yogyakarta, 1 goal, beating teammates Bush Arianto and a certain Siti Fatia Silva Ramadhanti, who now, of course, partners the Olympic women's doubles champion, Apriyani Rahayu.
Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Yang Po-Hsuan and Hu Lingfan, Chinese Taipei. And on my left, Rino Rivaldy, Pita Haningkas Mentari, Indonesia. Pita Haningkas Mentari to serve to Yang Po-Hsuan, level black.
So the Indonesians nearest to us, Rivaldy and Mentari. Oh dear, is that a broken spring on the very first rally from Yang Po-Hsuan? I suspect it is. Well, Steen,
ready?
Delighted to have you sitting beside me once again. Steen Pedersen, the former head coach of the Danish national team. And you and I have spoken many a time about pairs that seem to lose their confidence playing the higher tier of tournaments on the World Tour. And what's so interesting to me is the fact that Rivaldy and Mentari chose not to play the All England Championships, but instead played the Orléans Masters, and they reached the final. And not only that final, including that final, 3 finals altogether since making that decision. What a wise decision.
It was, and it helped them qualify for the Paris Olympics.
Exactly.
2-0.
Getting 3 more rounds of a lower grade tournament, just igniting that confidence once again. Can't be underestimated, the value of that.
Oh,
well, Yang Po-Hsuan is saying somebody's using a flashlight. I don't want that.
4-2. Service over. 3-4.
Oh, good return of serve. I know it was a little bit fortunate.
3.
Oh, that's a good return of serve
Service
too.
over. 4-5.
Rivaldy and Mentari playing in their 5th consecutive Indonesian Open. Best they've done is in a quarter-final, and that was last year. Lost out to Watanabe and Higashino, who went on to reach the final. We'll be watching Watanabe and Higashino a little later on. Steve, to me, it's going to be very interesting to see how this pair was in fact talking about the pair from Chinese Taipei, how they go on and develop after that stunning result last week and reaching the final of the 750 event.
Yeah, talking about confidence, they must have a lot of it. And the question is whether they can build on it here. It's a tough task because it's the home favorites they're up against.
But this is the sort of match that will test whether they've learned from last week, I suspect.
Yeah. And also, on the other hand, give us a good eye on where Mentari and Rivaldy is at the moment in the mixed doubles.
Eight, 6.
Interestingly, the Indonesians missed Singapore last week because they played 2 weeks prior to that in Thailand and Malaysia Masters. I think that's not a bad program, to be honest. Playing 4 tournaments in 4 weeks is a tall order for any players in any discipline.
Nine, 6. Leon. Ten, 6. Service over. 7, 10. Eight, 10.
Good placement of the smash to the forehand side of
Nine,
Po-Hsuan.
10.
He was weighted, committed to the backhand defence.
Service over. 11-9. Interval.
So to the mid-game interval, and it's a 2-point advantage for the pair from Chinese Taipei.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coach, return, coaches, return to your chairs. Players on court, coaches, thank you. (11-9). Black.
Oh, that's a beauty.
12.
Steen, any
9.
ideas what the Indonesian coaches may have advised, or any thoughts on what you would advise
Play.
Rivaldy and Mentari?
I don't know what Harry Kangani and the assistant mixed doubles coach have said, but I would think that it's really, really important, the service situation, and the I think we can extend it to the first 6 shots or something like that in mixed doubles in order to try and get on the attack. Super important to get the attack. We've seen it in men's doubles, but also in mixed doubles, because it's not so easy to change it around.
Oh
Oi.
my goodness! Well, Po-Hsuan did extremely well
11.
to keep the rally going as long as he did. Look at that dive. There, second one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oi, I think that would have gone wide.
Nice drop. That's very nice
So
play
it's over.
from Yang Po-Hsuan.
11.
That has gone wide. If you haven't been with us earlier, there is a very severe left to right drift in the arena here as we all look down during the rallies.
Flag.
So left to right as we're looking now. Well, she may have made the error, but I like the intent and I like the commitment.
So it's over. 12-14.
That's going wide. Yeah.
So it's over. 15-12.
Well, players from Chinese Taipei have only won at 3 different disciplines of the Indonesian Open: men's singles, women's singles, and men's doubles. The best they've ever done in the mixed doubles was a semi-final. That's going wide as well. Yeah, well left. That was 13 years ago, and that pair we were talking about last week,
16,
Chen Hung-ling
12.
and Chen Wen-Sing.
Yeah.
They really were sort of trailblazers, weren't they, in the mixed doubles discipline from Chinese Taipei?
Yeah, they were, and then I thought that Wang Qiling was going to be a force in the mixed, but eventually, with the success he's enjoyed in men's doubles, understandable that he's focusing on that category, and now it seems like they're about to they at least have some prospects. This pair here,
16.
oi, that's gonna hurt. This pair here, and also Yi Hongwei and what's his partner? Li Chia-sin.
That's right. Way long of the back line.
14-16. Service over.
I said last week in one of the early rounds, I think it was in Singapore, that Hu Lingfang and Yang Po-Hsuan, they were to categorize them, they were a standard mixed doubles pair, with Hu Lingfang staying at the net. I think I have to, if not eat my words, then at least moderate it, because we often see Yang Po-Hsuan stay at the front of the court following a service return.
14.
Well, she used to be a very good women's doubles player, you know, Hu Lingfang. Do you remember her playing with Xu Yaqing?
Xu Yaqing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's drifted just wide.
Service over. 15-18.
That's a good return of serve.
Service over. 19-15.
2 points away from the opening game and only 13 minutes played. This is all rushing by rather quickly.
Excellent. Great follow-up
20.
by Hu Feng.
Game point 15.
Yeah, that's good work at the front of the court. 5 game point opportunities for young Po-Hsuan and Hu Feng. Oh
Service
dear,
over.
it's a pity.
16-20.
Nice drop. That's a couple of times he's hit a beautifully disguised drop shot for an outright winner.
21-16.
21-16 confirms the umpire the scoreline in the opening game. Just look at how he really leaps in the air. Looks as if he's going to play his big powerful smash and then plays the disguised drop shot. 21-16 opening game in just 14 minutes.
Yeah. Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coaches, thank you. Return to your chairs.
So the players back on court for the start of the second game.
Second game.
All unseeded
Level.
mixed doubles first round match here at the
Black.
Indonesia Open. Young Po-Hsuan and Hu Feng are taking the opening game and looking very sharp indeed, and that's to be expected. They were in the final of the Singapore Open last week. Rivaldy and Mentari
Who?
need to change the game plan, I would suspect.
Love. Service over. 1, 2. Out.
Oh dear.
Service over. 3, 1. Service over.
A little more proactive in that rally.
2,
Rivaldy.
3.
Oh, I think he's broken strings. That didn't sound right. Oh no, they're all right.
Yeah.
Service over.
I think it emphasizes this rally here a little bit of the problems that the Indonesians are facing, or at least some of the problems they're facing compared to their previous, what's it called, predecessors. Praveen Jordan, Octavianti, who played the Olympics in 2020, and of course the Olympic champions, Tontowi Ahmad and Liliana Nasir. And that is that they've got bigger problems scoring Rivaldy and Mentari. They don't score points as easily as those two pairs, with Praveen Jordan with his big smash and Tontowi Ahmad with his ability to maintain the attack with disguised drop shots and steep smashes. So it's a tougher task for these two here, and I don't think the expectations have dropped. Or at least the hopes, maybe the expectations eventually have dropped, but the hopes that they can emulate the Olympic gold medalists is still there, but it's tough to live up to.
In fact, the Olympic gold medalists, Tontowi Ahmad and Liliana Nasir, were the last pair from Indonesia to win this title, and that was 6 years ago in 2018. And Liliana Nasir has been in more mixed doubles finals than anyone else. 7.
With Ahmad and Noah Widianto.
That's right. 3 with Widianto, 4 with Ahmad. But which Indonesian pair has won the most titles here?
Triggers and Timur.
Yeah. 5 titles. They each actually won 6. They both won a title with other partners.
Different partners. Wow.
Yeah.
Who did Timur win with?
Bambang Supriyanto.
Bambang Supriyanto.
In 2002, and the year prior to that, Trikus Arianto had won with Emma Ermawati.
6.
Wow. I always saw them as sort of like an established pair, and they fit each other in terms of playing style, and it would be difficult to play with others. And so much for that.
Well, they were both very special players, there's no doubt about it. Minati Timur. She was a wonderful singles player too, if you remember.
Yeah.
Well, this is a remarkable turnaround in fortune, isn't it?
That's 6 straight points.
Yeah.
6.
I don't know what's going on with Yang and Hu. They seem to be too content.
Well, they won't be content right now.
No.
7 straight points to the Indonesians.
Good play by Mentari.
Service over. 7-9.
And the thing is with the Indonesians, since, I mean, he has an okay smash, you know, Rivaldy, but it's not a killer smash. So they need to adapt to a different playing style. They need to be a more playing mixed doubles in terms of playing rallies, being able to cope with different opponents' playing styles. And that takes a lot of experience, and on top of that, they have to be totally sharp in their own game. They've got to probably better their defense, be really sharp in the service situation, serve really well, both of them.
And also more thoughtful, more tactically astute.
Yes.
Service over.
I guess that's why the Indonesians have shifted Heri Pianggadi, the men's doubles coach for, I think, more than 20 years, over to the mixed doubles discipline.
to the mid-game interval.
Service
And it
over.
is the Indonesians who have a 3-point advantage.
Interval.
What a turnaround. Nine of the last 11 points. Remarkable.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coaches, return to your chairs. Coaches, players on court. Coach, return to your chair. Players on court. (11-8). Play.
So 11-8 the advantage to Rivaldy and Mentari, the home players. Oh, that's nice play from Mentari. Yeah.
12-8. Service over.
A little stamp of frustration
12.
after the rally from Mentari. Just take a look here. We might see it again. Yeah, that was an opportunity.
12.
An opportunity missed.
(11-12).
We can see that Young and Hu, they're not having too many problems scoring if they can get on the attack. So I expect to see an increased battle in the opening of the rallies.
12-all. Play on.
So back level. 4 straight points.
Service over. (13-12).
Good defense.
Fault. Service over. 13-all.
That's where you have to be awfully careful with the lifts.
Service over.
That left to
14,
right drift,
13.
taking the shuttle wide.
Well played. An alert by Mentari at the net.
15-13.
She should have put it away. Yeah, she did that time. Lovely play from Mentari.
16-13. Play.
It's gone wide.
They've got a lot of success, the Indonesians, at the moment by playing the net in one of the sides, and then after that, the next shot block in the other side of the net. That has given the initiative lately.
Nice. Very nice.
$18-13.
Oh, yes. Well,
So
there's
it's
one of
over.
those instances you were talking about
14,
earlier, Steen, with
18.
young Po-Hsuan was staying at the net.
Yeah.
And how jolly effective he was too.
Play. So the
Good pace in that flat game there from Rivaldy.
14.
Yeah. Concentrated on angle
20.
rather than power.
Game point 14.
6 game point opportunities for the Indonesians. Oh dear me.
So the server 15.
I think Hu Ling Fan is
20.
the only player who hasn't made a service error so far.
Play.
Cross wide.
16-20. Reload. Play.
That's a great shot from Hu Ling Fan.
17-20.
I wonder whether he could have left that, you know, Steen.
Yeah,
It
it's
would
a
have been
possibility.
close.
It's the last half meter or so before it hits the floor.
Thank you.
But it's
That's
still moving
important.
there.
Yeah.
Seventeen, 20. Play.
So 3 game points have come and gone. Brilliant.
Just saw a glimpse of Harry Piangardi trying to give some advice here, but that's also something that adds a little bit of pressure, because obviously he knows what he's doing. He's produced men's doubles players of international level, world class, for many, many years. So if you're not getting it to work, then we know who's to blame. Yeah. Or at least that's how the players can feel.
Reno, you're taking too much time. Play on now. Play now.
So 4 game points have come and gone. Another 2 remain for the Indonesians. This time, and it is 1 game all. 21-18. Second game in favour of Rivaldy and Mentari.
Second game won by Rivaldy and Peter Anintias Mentari, 21-18. 1 game all.
Umpire confirming that scoreline and that it is 1 game all. 35 minutes into the match and it's all level.
Thank you. Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So 1 game apiece in this first round mixed doubles match. And from 2-6 down in that second game, having already lost the first, Rivaldy and Mentari found inspiration from somewhere, much to the delight of the home fans.
Final game, level, play.
Yeah. Well finished off.
Service over. 1 love.
What do you think is going to be the key here, Steve?
I again think it's going to be the start of the rallies. Who's going to come out advantageous of the service situation?
Service over.
Obviously here in the first part of the third game, it looks like the better end to play here in the mixed doubles is the far side of the court. So we would expect Hu and Yang to change ends ahead at 11, and the goal is for Mentari and Yang to score as many points as possible, preferably 11. And it's super interesting to see how they're going to cope with the service situation here. One of the possibilities could be to push to the left side of the court and then try and counter to the right side if they don't want to go into the battle on the front court immediately. It's gone long.
Service over. 3.
I think it seemed that they lacked a little bit of discipline, Yang and Hu.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, that sometimes they play a shot where it's a little bit against what I feel would be the game plan, to try and get on the attack. That they're too content in lifting, and if they're lifting, there must be some kind of purpose. Either you can lift to the side where it's difficult to play it because you've got a little bit of extra time, but then you've got to try and turn it around in the other side. That's where this situation here, where Yang Po-Hsuan is trying to intercept, that seemed like it came as a surprise to him that he was put under pressure here.
Yeah.
And that he was needed in action immediately after the first one. That's well played.
I just get the sense that the tide has well and truly turned in favour of the Indonesians.
Yeah. Great play. Great play. Now, instead of panicking when Hu Lingfang is at the back and Yang Po-Hsuan is at the front court, they seem to play with a bigger confidence. The Indonesians much more calm, play the shots to the net or lift to Hu Lingfang and say, okay, come on, if you want to kill it from the back court, then let's see if you can do that. This is what they should be if they're going to be a world top 3 mixed doubles pair. This is what they have to excel in: the ability to adapt to other pairs and use their skills to hurt the other pairs the most.
Rivaldy and Mentari.
Rivaldy and Mentari.
Oh, that got badly deflected by the net cord.
4-8.
That was a great rally by Yang and Hu. Yang a bit more active at the net, helping his partner when she had the attack from the back line. Look at that. That made the difference so that Hu Lingfang could make her way to the net.
Oh, he's hit it long. Would you believe it?
6.
Oh, court was open.
Quick toweling, very quick toweling.
And look at that. Play it in the drifty side, and then you have a chance to turn it around in the other.
Players on court.
Didn't succeed this time,
Enough.
but the idea was absolutely magnificent.
6-8. Play. Service over. 9-6.
That's a good interception once again from Hu Lingfang.
Service over. 7-9.
She possibly also needs to be a little bit extra alert, knowing that there's going to be a lot of shots played into the net.
Oh, what a good drive serve. My goodness, where did that come from?
Play on. 8-9, play on. Pass the shuttle.
Yeah, how can the shuttle be?
It was a hard serve.
Well, I don't think with a serve it's going to distort the shuttle. Back level, 9-all. 2 drive serves from Hu Lingfeng.
And 2 successful drive serves. That means something psychologically, because you have to divide your attention. You cannot be fully committed on the low serve.
Service over. 10-9. Play.
She put that away with venom.
Service
There's
over.
no way that was coming back.
10-all. Change the shuttle.
Yeah, nice combination play. So 10-all. Who's going to have the
10-all.
advantage at the change of ends? The answer is the Indonesians.
11-10. Interval. Change.
Well,
ends.
it's only 1 point, but psychologically, I think that could be quite significant. 11-10 deciding game. 46 minutes into the match.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coaches, return to your chairs. Coaches, players on court. Coaches, thank you. Coach, return to your chair. Players on court. Players on court. Mentari. $11-10. Play.
So Rivaldy and Mentari, the Indonesians, with the 1 point advantage here in the deciding game. Good interception again. Brilliant from Hu Lingfeng.
Service
Steen,
over.
was
11.
Po-Hsuan wearing that amount of strapping on his right elbow
Yeah, he was.
last week?
Both on the elbow and on the biceps, I think. He had 2 strappings on. Oh, that's a good interception.
12-11.
She's quite strong over her left shoulder, Hu Lingfeng. In terms of intercepting.
Oh, well wide.
Service over. 12-all.
That's well wide as well.
What the court, please?
I'm not sure whether we mentioned it yesterday, Steen, but you and I
So,
were talking just before we
13,
came on for this match.
12.
And it is lovely to see dedicated court attendance.
Yeah.
They're rushing on quickly. As soon as they make eye contact with the umpire, who just gives the signal for them to come on, they run on, mop up the court, and literally run off again. It's so good to see.
13, 12.
And from the very first matches in the first round, that has been the case.
Yeah. Wow, my goodness, that was
14-12.
miles long.
Quickly. Mentari, quickly.
Well, the momentum is actually with the pair from Chinese Taipei. Remember, they were 6-9 down.
It was the drive serve that
Yes,
changed
you're right.
it around.
15,
You're absolutely right.
12. Play.
Well, he started the comeback from Yang and Hu. Oh, that's
Ball.
way too high. Well put away by Mentari.
Service over. 13-15.
Nice drop. That's a beauty.
Fourteen, 15. Two. Play.
(14-15) deciding game. Oh,
Service over.
She moved backwards
16,
Yeah.
whilst
14.
hitting that Mentari. She should have stayed put.
that's well judged.
17, 14. Who do you want to change the shuttle?
Cool.
Play on.
A heated situation here in the third
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Play. Who?
Nice. And that's the tactical awareness to which we were alluding to
Service
earlier.
over.
Find the
15,
spaces, the need to
17.
be tactically aware for this Indonesian pair. Just wide.
16, 17.
Once again, only 1 point in it. That's a lovely block. Yeah. Absolutely found the gap. Huling Feng.
Service over. 18, 16.
No lack of effort from Rivaldy. If he hadn't slid so far, then he might have been able to get up.
Yeah.
Thank you. (18, 16). Run to save.
Oh,
Oh,
my goodness me. That is a shocker.
19.
Fantastic rally until the
16.
last shot there.
What a pity from the Indonesian perspective. That was almost on court 3. Good return. Yeah, that's brilliant. Well played by Rivaldy.
Service over. Leon. 17, 19.
Oh, that's strong by young Po-Hsuan.
Service over.
Literally,
20.
he was trailing.
Match
That
point.
flick serve there.
17.
Yeah, remarkable. To not only get back, but to keep the shuttle going down. So after
Thank you. Players on court.
55 minutes, it's now 3 match point opportunities for young Po-Hsuan and Hu Feng.
Play. Game.
Convert on their first, and disappointment for the home fans as the Rivaldy and Mentari lose in the opening round to young Po-Hsuan and Hu Feng. 21-17 in the deciding game.
Match won by young Po-Hsuan and Hu Feng. 21-16, 18-21, 21-17.
Well, interestingly enough, in the first round last week, this pair from Chinese Taipei put out Watanabe and Higashino, 21-17 in the deciding game. Is this an omen? Their confirmation of the score, 21-16, 18-21, 21-17 in the deciding game in a match lasting 56 minutes. Well, an iconic venue, but what makes it so special are the fans. Next up on court is a men's singles, and it's the beaten semi-finalist from 3 years ago, Rasmus Gemka of Denmark.